Hello, YouTube. You're tuned into the Katie Talk 101 show. So, today we'll be talking about our conservative views and talking points. The conservative way is to keeping America alive, okay? So, I know there may be some people that come in later. You guys just make sure you come in, like the video, and share the video. And I'm back. I've been on a long hiatus. I've been gone for too long. So most definitely I'm gonna be coming with more consistent videos. We're talking Monday and Tuesday for sure. I may throw in a short some other time of the week. But most definitely 3 videos a week. I'm back at it, y'all. So yeah, I got my guest host, my sister Kenya Thompson. She's also into comedy. You could catch her at any given day, a comedy show out there in New York. So you guys welcome my sister and my co-host, Kenya Thompson. What's
Kenya Day.
yes, yes, Kenya Day.
Yes. But go, hello.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, girl, no, that's fine.
Okay. But yes, we're speaking on conservative ways, conservative views, and talking points, and also the current state of America. Where do you think we're headed? Where do you feel like we're at? And do you feel like there's any hope in sight?
Well, girl, first of all, sorry about that. The weather here in New York has changed, been changing back and forth. So forgive me throughout. I don't know how long we're going to talk today, but if my voice, I'll take sips of water if my voice get dry because I'm kind of old. But anywho, sis, we were discussing leading up to us deciding to do this live, talking about conservatism. I think that it is the tiny bit of something that is holding America together right now, and let me explain why. If you look at where other countries that's on the level of America, like the Japans and China, the bigger countries, they're already starting to have population decline issues that's going to probably arise in the next 30 years. So I feel like when the American government, the Supreme Court that Trump put together, when they outlawed, ban abortion, I know the left was saying abortion rights, our bodies, we do what we want.
Yeah,
But
my body, my choice.
yes, but I think for future refs, considering that it is options around to still get an abortion, like the abortion pill.
Mm-hmm.
I think overall, though, they were looking towards the future and having population decline issues. Because think about it, for a while, the left was running rampant, selling us on this gay movement. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Not
yes, LGBT movement.
yes, not the gay, not that. Let me rephrase that. The LGBTQRS, like everybody was, throwing in their the first letter of their the alphabet gang, and it actually went awry. You know what I'm saying? They was getting to the point of we were being forced to call men women, and they them. If you notice, Katie, a lot of that stuff is dying down now. They didn't even have the Pride March this year. It was the No Kings March.
Oh my God, you are so right. You are so right, sis.
So, like me and you had discussed, I do think that something is happening in America to make America lean more conservative. The left can argue, which I haven't lately seen anyone from the left arguing, making any kind of valid points. But you can't admit that you are noticing uh, America is tending to start moving more towards the right. You can look at the numbers. Trump swept that election. He
Mm-hmm.
did. He
Yeah,
won.
it surprised me.
Yeah, you said it didn't surprise you.
That really surprised me.
It did it?
That surprised me because while the election was going on, the Kamala supporters, they were really just they were really bagging her up.
Yeah, but if you look at it,
It seemed like it was a lot of support.
Yeah, but if you look at it for just a second, that support was only really hot for the first 2 weeks. Go back and look. But you're right. I will agree that coming from the left, considering that everything we follow on Instagram and X and Facebook and everything else at that time, you're right, was left. I know at the time, Baller Alert, the Shade Room, the other one. All you're right. DLQ. It was a lot of left leaning. It was we were being bombarded from
Mm.
every Instagram page. You're right. It visually, if you only followed those type of YouTubers or influencers or just Instagram pages or whatever, you're right. You were being bombarded to the point you thought on from the left that she was going to win. I will agree with you on this, sis. You would have thought in the first 2 weeks, the way we were being bombarded, and then once Beyonce came out and Jennifer Lopez came out, and once all these, you know what I'm saying? Once
And
all
it was Gorilla. I believe Gorilla was up there,
once,
saying that she
yeah,
don't have
Cardi
a
B,
guy. And
yeah, yeah. Once, so you're right. It would have made you think that, but I didn't think so. And maybe because and I hate, I don't, and me and you talk all the time. We both come from Little Rock, Arkansas.
yeah.
You moved to Las Vegas. I moved to New York when I get remarried.
Mhm.
And so these are two totally, even though Nevada went red this go round.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I noticed it.
right. But I'm from New York, which is really honestly, New York City is liberal. Everything else conservative because it's the woods. Buffalo, all this stuff, girl, that is conservative. That's Trump tech. But
Mm-hmm.
the five borough, Katie, it has changed my whole way of thinking about politics once I moved here. Because this is not the normal, this is nothing like the South. You know
I
what I'm saying?
was about to ask you that.
Yeah.
What is the big difference that you feel like versus the South way of thinking and where you're currently living? What do you think is the difference?
First of all, population speaking. First of all, New York is the biggest this is the largest city in America. It census wise, it's over 8 million, but really if you count all the illegals that get pushed in during the Biden administration, I would say it's more like 9 or 10 million people here, Katie, in these five small boroughs. You know what I'm saying? And once I moved here, Katie, you gotta realize I've been here for almost 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 more months, it will be 4 years. And I came when Biden was in office, and I came during the time when Adams, Mayor Eric Adams, who was on his way out, because Zohran Mandani won,
Right.
only been a citizen for 8 years of this country. Yeah, Katie, and he's now
Oh wow.
exactly, and he's now the mayor of the largest city in America. But in
That's
saying
insane.
right, that's
That
insane.
is insane.
And Katie,
Shout out to
that
the chat room. Shout out to the chat room. That is insane.
yeah, dude.
How does America let things like this happen? What do you think? Okay, do you feel like when it comes to the bogus way that they move in certain ways, letting these outsiders having the hands up over original people that been here, do you think it's a bullying tactic? What do you feel like? Is there more of the non-conservative type of people that's pushing things like that to be able to happen?
Well, this is what I think happened. I think from the beginning with the birthright citizenship, um, if the white man wasn't such a racist and he could have stomached it, he should have put in writing specifying that the birthright thing only for descendants of slavery that was stuck in limbo once this country became a free country. They should have specified that this is only for y'all. Everybody else, no, no, no. Just because you come over here and drop a baby on this soil in Texas, when you cross the border from Mexico, no, they don't make your baby
That
no.
don't make you us.
Yeah, you can't travel over here on a travel doc and we don't a travel visa and we don't see that you already about to burst because you didn't hid it from this person that's working that agency that ain't watching it and get paid off. However, it's been done. But whatever the issue is, that's where the issue started. I know at the time that because of racism and because of slavery and because of the rebuilding of this country, they may not have saw this country becoming what it became. You know what I'm saying? You got to
They
think
didn't see it.
when they initially did the 14th amendment to make us descendants of ADOS Americans, American descendants of slave. I don't want to always keep saying that, so I'll just refer to it as ADOS. If
Mhm.
they could have and would have put that in the Constitution, that would have stopped all of this because it wouldn't be a question on who's actually a citizen or what actually it takes to be a citizen. There wouldn't be an argument. That
This is so insane because really trying to find out is almost impossible. I
Yeah,
mean, what you're gonna have to do a DNA test or whatnot, but
exactly.
it's gonna be. It's just like this. The term that was used when Trump was first, pushing into office back in 2016, the whole term "draining the swamp." That is what's needed, like right now. You need to just drain the swamp. It's kind of like if you had a club and you're like, "Hey, you got to be 18 or older to get in here," and all through the line is people that look like they're 13 and 14.
Right.
You're gonna be like, hold up, we gotta shut all this down. We gotta make sure.
Yeah, but
Hey,
you gotta think that's kind of going to be an impossible task. They have let the drip leak turn into a big like breaking of the dam. It's too many. I'm not gonna lie to you, Katie. If you come to New York and really be here and travel the boat, you'll get to realize y'all can't get rid of all these illegals. It's too many.
that's why ICE is so irritated right
It's,
now because they
it's too
are the
many.
ones who's supposed to clean up this this dripping that's going on.
They can't. It's too many. If you look at it, it's some of these people, man, been over here 30 some years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this the crazy part about it. They've been over here 30 some years and don't speak English.
Oh no, that show you they don't respect this soil.
But why would you? I mean, I hate to say it like this, but I'm finna play devil's advocate for a second. Especially during the Biden administration when they opened the borders. Because you got to think, my husband, who is a green card citizen, came through the system, you know what I'm saying, was here back and forth, knew English, you know what I'm saying. He's doing his best to become a legal, permanent. So because of that, he's researching this country. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because you really have to if you take the citizenship test. If you do it everything the legal way, it's expensive and you got to take the citizenship test. But when I speak of this, I'm speaking to you in the terms of I seen it visually when I came here initially 4 years ago in 2022. Think about it, Katie. When I came here, the country was just opening back up from, I mean,
Yeah.
really opening from getting out of the, pandemic time.
Mhm.
When they opened up the borders during that time, they announced that new place like New York, Chicago, all it was going to be sanctuary cities.
Mhm.
My first few apartments that I applied for, Katie, and keep in mind, this is the time where you had to pay three times. If the rent for the one bedroom is $2,000, you had to pay $6,000. You had
Yes, if you had to make 3 times the rent.
and you had to make three times. So you had to put down $6,000, Katie, back down south. That's a down payment on FHA loan, and you know what I'm
It
saying.
is.
So, Katie, you don't understand how many times, sis, that we were told that these apartments are cut out for the people. This we're a sanctuary city. We're changing these hotels into homeless shelters. Where Katie, it was a time where they closed down schools in Queens to
Oh,
let
wow.
let the immigrant, the illegals across the border stay in the gym.
And it's looking like the homeless shelters are not actually for the residential people who are homeless. It's for the immigrants
It
that's
was for-
coming in. They're taking up all the beds.
And not only that, Katie, they tore everything up to where it's like it's in shambles. And really, that's a part of the home. When you walk through New York now, which Katie, you see people like inside the little bank area where you go to use the inside tele ATM machine. Home
Yeah.
people just in there laying. You don't even feel safe pulling your money out because people laying on the ground.
I promise. I have had people panhandle me at the ATM before out here in Vegas.
It
Like, they come up to you like, hey, you already got the money out. Well, why can't you just give it to me?
I'm gonna take it. But yeah, I think that in order for this country, which I don't see a fix for this recession thing in the near future, because it's just that you got to realize nothing in this world is free. But we're still reeling off of them giving us a few free $100 during the pandemic. It
Yes, they
goes
keep riding that train. Oh, I got a stimulus check. That's
no,
how,
no,
and Trump will tell you that's how he got a lot of the black vote. Oh yeah, they're happy because I sent some stimulus checks out. The stimulus checks was gonna go out anyway. But
no,
you look at long term. A lot of people only looking at the now.
no. I honestly don't think that's why a lot of black people. I don't know those 60 red voters. I don't know them personally because I'm too old to actually talk to them. The young people that work with me didn't vote at all. So
They
let's
do.
fix that. I'm not gonna lie. The 22, 23, they didn't vote for the mayor. They didn't vote, between Cuomo and Mondani. They didn't vote between Trump and Kemp. They didn't vote. So I can't speak for those 60 red type girls. I don't know them. I don't know if they stand in long lines to vote.
I
How
don't see it. I don't
yeah,
see that.
yeah, I don't see it. So I really don't think, first of all, only 8% of black women voted for Trump. And I don't believe that 8% was the 60 reds. I
Oh
don't think,
no.
yeah, think about it. I don't think they voted. So
Oh no.
in saying that, 8% of black women voted for Trump, and I think it was like 28 or 29% of black males voted for Trump. And I don't think any of that group voted for him because they got a stimulus check. The point I was going to make about the stimulus check was the government gave us a couple of checks of free money, and they say that this is what's caused this avalanche of recession because we drove everybody having money, paying barbers $100 to cut their hair, paying the nail tech $100 to do $200 to do your nails, paying
Yeah.
this person through. They said you doing that during them years drove the cost of prices up. Period. And
That's what messed up the economy.
and they said that's what messed up the economy. That's the point I was trying to make.
Overspending.
They said that's what. And if you think about it locally, man, you were just talking about the state of the barber shops and the beauty shops in the black community.
Hmm.
That they drove their prices up, and as a result, folks can't afford it no more. So they didn't get to you looking at YouTube and doing their own hair and customizing their
Yes.
body.
I was talking about that because I was talking about it's some stylists out here that are actually charging 125, 150, 200 for a quick weave.
Ex-
And if you just throw in the extra 100, you can go on the local what's that you nice and get you a nice wig for maybe less than 100 or
exactly.
$100. Why would they pay you for a quick weave where they can go and get them a wig?
So, like you were saying, that does we can visually see that there has some truth to it. That free money, all that PPP free money, drove the price of everything up, and as of a result, now that we're almost 6 years on the other side of the pandemic,
And don't have no money.
girl, you crazy? You said you don't have no. You ain't got no money to be doing that, Katie. You
I
ain't got
seen a
no
video of a girl the other day, a dancer on TikTok. She said no one is throwing money in the clubs anymore.
I saw that. Was she mixed looking?
Now she was mixed and she was bad.
Yeah, I saw that. She said that they don't throw. She said you doing good. What to come out with 275 and stuff.
Yes. And then you gotta pay your payout for being there. Like, why are you even in the club?
You must well go get
Just
a real
that
job.
you dance neck. Like,
But
is that the only reason you there?
the thing about it though, Katie, they can't afford. Not only do they not have the discipline to get up in the morning and work a regular job that may pay you $22 an hour or whatever, like a Target or whatever that pays 22. They not finna go work those jobs because making 45,000 or whatever a year, or even 50 or 60, that ain't no money for them because they lifestyle is up there. Think about it. If you
Mhm.
used to doing the PPP time when niggas was throwing stacks, you used to coming home with 5, 6, 7, and now you doing good to come home with 400.
Oh no.
Come on, that's a big, yeah. It's like it's a avalanche. It's affecting the economy right now. Is bad. You just don't even see people front on social media like they would.
I don't see nobody holding up like Nino Brown. Shout out to Nino Brown. He said,
Holding
I don't
up,
see nobody with the money phones anymore.
I don't see no money phones no more.
I don't see no money spread it out on the ground. Nobody laying next to it. I don't see that no more.
Katie, you don't see nobody laid out on the beach. You don't see none of these yacht vacation. I mean, I used to enjoy
No.
their opulence.
Thank you. I don't see the floor to ceiling windows inside of the Airbnb condos. I don't see it. I don't see a lot of Kenya. I barely even see a lot of seafood boils these days.
None of
What
that.
happened to
You don't see any of the stuff that we saw during the pandemic, the time of the pandemic.
Kenya? They is seafood boiling cabbage now.
Cabbage and sausage. I was like, pretty. That look rather cheap.
I be looking at it like that looks so cheap. Like, girl, I can afford to get these lobster tails and these little crab legs. Girl, I'm just gonna do the cabbage.
And that's what I'm
Like,
saying. So don't nobody really even have to tell you, you know what I'm saying, how bad the economy is. You can see, you feel it.
just
You
set up for something to say.
you
Yes,
see
we
um
see it and we feel it.
you can see it around.
Yeah. Don't you know, about 2 weeks ago, my nail tech, because I was going to her all the time, back in 23, 24, you know, and she she called me to my Katie, I'm gonna get you in on Wednesday. What time do you want to come? I said, ma'am, I don't have any money. Are you gonna let me get it done for free?
Thank you. I know she was throwing a hint that your nails look bad, but
She
she
was
better,
gonna bully me into her chair,
like,
Kenya.
no, unless you finna do it for free, no ma'am.
I said, ma'am, I don't have any money. I just got a new car and yeah, I can't afford it right now.
And the thing about it here in New York, because the economy around us is so expensive anyway, a 1 bedroom rent is 2 grand. You know what I'm saying? But because everything here is so expensive, people ain't like it is down south. They don't try to front like they get it and they don't. They're straight. I work with niggas that let you know I live in a shelter.
Yes, it's some fronters down there. Girl, somebody be living on the couch with their auntie, and
If
girl, you will be seeing them at the club every weekend.
no, they don't. One thing I can say about New York, they don't do that. If they broke in New York, they don't mind letting you know. They do it, man. They'll tell you, man, I probably ain't gonna have the rent, this month. It take a while to get rid of you, I'm like, damn. I'm like, y'all some real niggas around here.
Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the chat room. And Kenya, I think it's really ridiculous if a person is living in a house under the roof with another person and you're supposed to be getting on your feet and saving every single dime. And how can you be living with someone, with you and your kids, or maybe just you by yourself, living in somebody's basement or on somebody's floor air mattress, and you're out here at the club? You just went and got those brand new black and blue J's. How can you be out here flossing comfortably in the club, at the casino? How can you do this so comfortable and your living arrangements, the roof over your head isn't right?
Your
That's why
priority.
conservative people will win. Oh, we both from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yes, we're both from Little Rock. And like I said, I'm from, shout out to Little Rock. But yes, well, actually, we're from Hensley. We're from a place
Yeah,
called,
we from Hensley,
but
Arkansas.
we we left Hensley and we moved to Little Rock, which we're from Arkansas. We're from the deep south, and I live in New York. So those are the only two places that I can compare. Coming from a red state like Arkansas to a blue place like a New York City, where they're giving the farm away.
Mm-hmm.
I work in Washington Heights, which say statistically, census wise, it says that it's almost 70% Hispanic, but it's not. It's got to be 90 something. Do you know? And I'm not exaggerating. I would say that 80% of the community is on EBT. During the time when the government shut down, where they cut off the food stamps during it, where you remember the situation was at.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Oh,
just
yeah, I remember that. I think it was only for like what, 2 weeks or something like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But
Mm.
hey,
Oh, that was then they were gonna run in the stores and steal. You remember that?
and that's what I was about to get at. You got to think during that time, Katie. First of all, in the area that I work at, the food area does about over 65% of the store's business. That's a large percentage
That's
of the
a large
Katie, out of that percent, I'm pretty sure 80% of that is EBT. So you already know how much of effect. That's why Walmart spoke up. That's why they lobbied. Katie, even though we may look at it from a conservative or a liberal standpoint, the food stamp and SNAP and EBT issue in this country will never go away because it's too many people dependent on it. Even the big corporations, the stores, the Walmarts, the Target, the Sam's
That's
Club.
too many people.
Katie, if you look at how much money is thrown into the SNAP system, and it generates the stores, because everybody takes SNAP, everybody take EBT now, everybody. Like Katie, it's at the point where I'm like, man, if somebody else put that little tape on their thing saying we now accept SNAP.
I'm gonna scream. I went to a catfish place when I was talking to this dude I was talking to recently. He took me there and they saw regular food. They fried up the catfish and fried this kind of like a shark's fish and chicken. They
Mhm.
take food stamps for that
Yes,
cooked
yes,
food. They're not supposed to sell cooked food with food stamps, but they
exactly.
do it.
But they do it exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. How long? I got a girl. I got a I don't know how much longer you want to be here, but I do have
No,
to.
probably like 10 more minutes. You got about 10
Okay,
more minutes?
I got 10 more minutes.
Okay, okay, perfect. So yeah, I was just thinking that, and I was thinking this all falls into the same conversation as conservative ways in the way of thinking conservatively. Oh, shout out to Barbie! Shout out to Barbie! Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Something to say. And I seen a couple of other people out there. Shout out to all y'all. Oh, Barbie, I miss you so much. I'm most definitely gonna have to do 2 shows today, but we got about 10 to 15 more minutes with my sis. And what I was just talking about as far as dealing with the conservative points, sis, when it comes to like we was just talking about the majority of these stores that take SNAP and EBT, it's like what so do you got any deals set up for people who are not on SNAP? Like, hey, if you're paying with cash or a card today, we got this deal going on. No one is supporting these people that's waking up every day going to bust their butt to keep this whole country going and being a contributor to the society. We are not put on a pedestal at all. Why would someone want to, and you want to sit and talk down on the people that get EBT? They're out here laughing at you like you slave. Look at you.
Honestly, I feel like that. I feel like a slave on.
What kind of prep, what kind of extra things are we getting to make us want to be good contributors to society when people laugh at us and we don't get to have a big old Christmas like y'all, like because you qualify, you got free gifts for you and all your kids, and you got a and people that get EBT get gift cards to the grocery store, to Aldi's and Kroger when the holidays come around. All their kids get free bites. What's gonna make me want to get up every morning and be a contributor to society and say they're paying with stamps, I'm paying with cash. But look how big their basket is, and look how small. I got a blank basket every time I'm going to the grocery store. And this person, they got to take all their kids because everybody pushing a basket full
Yeah,
of there go waffles and processed foods and sausages. And you seeing the little girl that's 6 years old and weighs 205.
exactly. And that's why I don't look at. I've never been jealous of people on food stamps.
Me neither.
But this is the thing about it. I don't think nobody balling out of control right now.
Ain't
Even,
nobody bought out of
even the
control.
people on food stamps. Which don't get me wrong, in New York it's hard to tell. But I'm gonna tell you this: when I first came to New York in 2022, we had more black tourists. Even my husband said, because I know my husband works out selling. You know what I'm saying? And he, his business goes by the tourists, the people on the street.
Oh yeah.
He said now it ain't that many black people like it was back in 22 when we were still rolling off that PPP money.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I don't think in our community, I don't think nobody's balling. I don't think the people on food stamps or the people that's not on food stamps. I don't think nobody is. Katie, I'm gonna put it like this. On my Facebook page, if I look in my Instagram page, if I look even the celebrities, I remember seeing Young Mike Eminem always lay there. I mean, granted, Diddy's not here anymore. That's a whole another topic. But I'm just saying, I don't even see the celebrities balling out no more. I don't see nobody balling out.
I don't
I
see them balling out. I don't see Young Miami on no more boats twerking. Like I ain't seen nobody twerk on a boat in a while.
Katie, I ain't seen a bitch twerk. Oh, I'm sorry. I know we don't. I had seen
Yeah.
a girl with a new fresh BBL. In fact, the new look now is skinny look.
Yep, skinny. They like I can't even afford the BBL. Let's hit the gym.
Thank you.
Let's go to the gym, girl.
Thank you. Skinny is back in. Getting in shape and being little is back in. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that I don't see nobody balling under control. I remember doing 22, 23, not really 24. I'm gonna say 21, 22, 23. Doing when people were really when them schemes and the PPP money was really, popping.
Mm-hmm.
80. I seen people stay flying out. People stay posting clothes or sold or woo woo woo. Katie,
Oh
everything
yeah.
was pop now. Cricket.
Man, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. And Kenya, you even seen Beyonce sitting there with no makeup on, looking like she tired too. She
Well,
had a
yeah,
look on her,
Beyonce,
Kenya.
we can know now. Beyonce about what, 44, 45 now?
Yeah, yeah, but I'm saying she didn't have a makeup on. She didn't look like she was even trying to be glamorous. Beyonce, you don't never catch her looking. You catch her looking like Beyonce, Kenya. She didn't have on no makeup. She was looking like I'm tired of this. Like she.
You got to think she got kids and too, and I heard her kid. I mean, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, she not. I can't say she don't have any money.
Yeah.
But Kenya, do you think big number of people like back in the days can afford to even pay to go to her shows like they used to? Around the pandemic, Kenya, they was paying, how much was they paying to go see Beyonce?
Whatever she was charging, they had it beforehand.
I don't think people got that money like that no more.
They ain't got. They don't have that anymore.
They don't have it anymore.
And I'm just being honest with you. I don't see things getting any different for next year. I think it will perhaps get worse. And this
I
is,
think next year people are going to have two jobs.
yeah. And really, I'm gonna say this, that I agree with the conservative stance on this. I think everything is gonna have to bottom out. I think everything is just gonna have to flatten out. And Trump, I'm really thinking he's going to be a lame duck president. I don't know how much he's going to try to get done. I know on a global scale, he's doing a lot outside the country, which I know he's preached America first or whatever. But I'm going to say that things going to have to flatten out. We're going to have to even the playing field and see. But I really think the conservative movement is going to be on the rise. And I'm going to say this also, sis. I think the Republican Party will be the first party that's going to elect the first Black ADOS, American descendant of slaves, Black person. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they may not be a Uncle Tom figure. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, like a coon.
But I'm going to say that I truly do believe the Republican Party is going to be the actual, because Barack Obama, once you do the research on him, his grandfather and Dick Cheney are like first or second or third cousins. Barack was raised by white people. Barack was actually kind of like a Manchurian type candidate. Now that we're over 2008, because you got to think, Katie, coming out of Georgia, which I told you, I was a team lead at Target at the time. I'm not a team lead now. My husband don't want me stressed out. So I'm just a regular worker now. But prior to me working back at Target, back in 2008, during the first housing crash, I was a team lead, a homeowner. I was in my first marriage. You remember this? I was around the house at Stone Links. Like I was living a real American, trying to achieve the American dream when the bottom fell out the country due to that housing market crash and everything of 2008, which led to us electing Barack. We thought the first Black president. But the truth about Barack Obama, now that the smoke is cleared and we don't know which way to go politically anymore, and we're looking more, I'm not going to lie, I was a part of the 8% that I didn't vote for Kamala. And it had nothing it had more to do with I just was not seeing eye to eye with the Democratic Party anymore. To me, that was focused too much on they, them, and not us. And they ain't forgetting
Yes.
about us when it came. The last time the Democratic Party did anything significant for Black people was during the Johnson administration. Barack did more for gay people than he did for Black people. I know y'all might be my 8% is coming out, but I'm looking at things as a woman that's almost 50 years old now, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think the way I thought it something when I followed the crowd. I don't follow the crowd anymore. I go by
Thank
my tax. I go by the amount of taxes I'm paying in my life. So
you.
I go by what I see. I go by what I want my children exposed to. So if that's making me lean more conservative, then so be it. I don't.
Thank you.
Katie,
Thank you.
I told you once I moved to New York and I realized, okay, I'm probably not going to ever go back down south. You know what I'm saying? It's
Me
just
neither.
down south don't feel like home like that anymore.
Mm-mm.
I still love the culture, but I won't be back in Arkansas if I go down south. I can't go there. I can't do the Arkansas, Mississippi level of Southern anymore. Those people took them too long to get out the slave mentality. And because of that, the industrial revolution never hit that area. So that's the reason why I won't go. I'm not trying to throw my hometown under the bus. So
Oh
let's
no.
but
Never. Never. We could never like try to poop on where we came from.
exactly. I'm not
And
trying to
either way, I know exactly what you're talking about because we can't sit here and try to get somebody else talking points and they're not living the same life as us. I can try to go in a way where this person not paying the amount of taxes I am. Why would I try to go with what they're talking about? I can go on the benefits that I see with the situation that I'm dealing with and living
I,
with every single day.
I only can speak from my experience. And you know, sis, I'm a comedian. So I get on stage and I talk about I've been married 4 times and I've
Mhm.
lived different lives each time that I've been
Yep.
married. Because you
With
know,
each
different
person, it
people
was a
are
different lifestyle.
exactly different relationships are all going to bring out something different in you, a different experience, everything. But this go around me being in New York has turned me into a conservative thinker, a conservative voter. I'm not MAGA because I'm not. I don't like that y'all put races and racism with MAGA. So
I don't
I'm
like that either.
yeah, I hate that they put those two together because I do think conservatively. And I think conservatively now, like I told you before, this just like when we were little poor kids in Hensley, our mother would tell us, no, you can't have a friend spend a night. I barely can afford to feed you. Y'all,
Thank you.
how we gonna invite all these people and we barely getting by.
We barely getting by. We cannot bring anybody else. Oh, Barbie said, when people say Obama didn't do anything for blacks, what did you want him to do? I'm asking respectfully. I don't think Kamala would have did anything for blacks. She
Oh,
came out and
can I
said there's nothing
can I
specific.
answer that? Can I answer that? I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love
Oh
to
yeah,
answer.
go ahead.
I didn't expect for him to actually do anything for me because nobody in government has ever did anything for me. But I did not expect for him to start the LGBTQR, whatever all the vowels or letters now are. I didn't expect for him to start that revolution and start the division in this country. We're totally polarized now. Politics, Barack brought about Trump. And that's when we start thinking that mega is racist and all this me against you, and the country has been in shambles ever since. So we're still in shambles. Not saying that Trump could fix the shambles, but I don't think Kamala could either. So
Oh
you
no.
however you want to think, and you can vote how you want, and I'm going to vote how I want. But no, I wasn't impressed by what I received from him, just like I hadn't been
Oh,
by
oh,
what
shout out
I.
to Barbie. Oh, I know you would never disrespect or anything like that, but I don't think neither party has ever done anything for us. Shout out to Barbie for asking that. That was a
Oh
good.
no, shut up! I don't mind. That's what I'm
But
trying to
I
say.
don't. I
That's
don't
why
think
I
none of them have
said,
ever really did a whole lot
yeah,
for us.
because
Shout out to Go Game Ain't Fair. Shout out to you.
yeah,
But
because
what
like I
do
said,
you think? I think I can honestly say when Clinton was in, but we were teenagers, we weren't out in the real world. You feel me? When Bush was in, a lot of people talked a lot of stuff about the younger Bush, but that was when me and you was first out on our own.
yes,
You see, Kenya, the economy was good when the
it
younger Bush
was.
was in office.
And
Let's
let's
keep
be
it
honest,
up.
I feel
Right
like
now, in the early 2000s, A
Yeah,
lot of drug dealers was out here. It was
the
people that was
music. I mean, like
getting their college money becoming drug dealers.
yeah, honestly, you're right. If we looking at it like having fun in life at the time, yeah, that wasn't a bad time. But
That
what
was
I'm saying
actually a
now
good
that
time,
I'm
to be honest.
yeah, but now that I'm older, nothing that Biden did helped me out. Y'all
Biden did not help me out.
like
He called young black men hyper predators. Remember we was talking about that?
the thing with Biden, I remember how he treated Anita Hill. I was never a big Biden guy. But when I moved to New York, and I heard somebody tell me that no, these we ain't got nowhere for you to stay. That these folks for the immigrants, this is a sanctuary city, and our first priority is them and not you. I'm like, still ain't getting nothing. And y'all want me to vote for this? You got me messed up. You vote for it. I'm gonna break away from the pack, and I'm gonna start reading, thinking, and doing stuff on my own.
And
If
a lot
it's
of our people really should think like they doing
yeah,
stuff on our own. That's
yeah,
what
I'm thinking and
Trump
researching,
was
doing what's
talking
best for
about.
your pocketbook.
Yeah, that's what Trump was talking about when he said y'all gonna have to start pitching. Oh, if he's gonna take this from us and take that, then what are we gonna do? Y'all are gonna have to start helping each other.
Yes, but let me get. I got to get ready to go because Israel's play tomorrow, so I got to take him to get a lineup shape up or whatever. He got
Okay,
to do.
okay, for sure. Hit me up when you get finished.
Okay, but it was fun. Bye, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. We enjoyed you. Oh yes, and thank you all for tuning in. I'm not done yet. So yeah, I was just thinking, no matter what side a person is on, whether it's Democrat, Republican, conservative, or the other thing that's on the other side, whatever seems to work out for us, that's what we're pushing for. That's what we're pushing for. It don't even have to have just a title on it. And yes, I'm most definitely gonna be way more consistent. They got this StreamYard at a good, you know, a system going on, so it's something I can afford now. And yeah, shout out to Bougie Barbie. Thank you for your question. That was good. Thanks for all the common sense. Well, let's see. Okay, I'm not mad at her answer. I was honestly asking. Yes, most definitely, most definitely. And we all come up here and we speak and we want to leave the questions open to the people that are watching us, because that is what really matters. Like the people who are watching and supporting my channel. If you guys have any questions or you're watching the replay and you got a question, comment your question, as long as it's not, got all them cuss words in it. Say what you got to say, whether you're with what I think or not. Like Barbie, she's been watching me for a few years. Like back in 2008, 2009, when I had my youngest son, I was on government assistance. I lived in the projects before. I was living off of every aspect of the government. And now I don't. I pay regular rent, I work a regular job, and I take care of myself. So I have seen both sides of the pancake. Like I know what it's like. I know what it's like. And I could have not got a job, and I could have just sit around and lived off the government. But that's not the type of life that I wanted my kids to see me live. And that it was so depressing. That's not the type of life that I wanted to continue to live. So I know I had to get up and work. I was working as a housekeeper, and I decided to go to school, and I started doing hair in 2011. And I've been at the hair thing since 2011. I work at Great Clips. And speaking of Great Clips, we were talking about how this economy is affecting the whole barber scene in that company. Dealing with the barber thing, a lot of people are charging ridiculous prices. There's people out here charging for 50, 60, 70, all the way up to $100 for a haircut. And it's just ridiculous. And I feel like people are pricing themselves out of the game. You cannot price yourself out of anything that you're trying to sell. That's like if a woman is out here and she's trying to sell hair, you cannot set your prices where it's just overinflated, where a person cannot even keep up with what you're trying to sell, because you're going to eventually end up hurting yourself. You may have one or two people that may shop and may drink the Kool-Aid, but for the most part, a lot of people are not out here trying to pay $100 for a haircut. And then you got people like where I work at a Great Clips. I work at a Great Clips out here in Vegas. and we charge $19. They're supposed to be going up with the price next month in January, just a few weeks away. But it's not going to go up much. I think the price is going to go up maybe $20 or $21. That's still cheap compared to in the shopping center where I work at on the east side. It's a barber shop, not right next door, but next door to that place, and they charge $40 for a haircut. But you get I think a beard trim and a haircut is like $55 or $60. So we're still gonna be cheap. I'm so glad I caught you. I'm happy to have you. Let's see, conservative person to talk to. Oh, it's so cool. We can bond. We can really bond. And then you know what, Barbie? I think you have my email. You can always feel welcome to email me. For any certain ideas or any kind of videos. Because I've always, even as a younger person, I always questioned a lot. I've always unknowingly had conservative views, but I really didn't know it until like I talk to a white person and they be like, "You sound like you're a Republican," and I'm like, "No, I'm not trying to sound like I'm a Republican, but if me talking with something that makes actual sense from what you're used to seeing how a black person think, if I don't think like that, you will put me in that category." But no, I'm just talking about what makes sense to me. It's not that I don't feel like that. Congratulations on your growth. Be on the lookout for Real Mad TV. Oh, most definitely. Oh, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. Let's see, you had a few hundred, and last time I seen you. Yep. Do you cut a lot of? Oh yeah. As far as it come with like great clips, it is. If I could say percentage wise, I could say about 15% black people come into great clips and get cut. And when you look at, and when it comes to the barber game and the hair game in Vegas, if it's a black person that's coming from somewhere else and you really know how to do hair, you know how to do locks and stuff, oh, you will make so much money out here because there's so many black people that got locks, and it's a whole lot of. It's not a whole lot of black barbershops out here. So really, you can make a whole lot of money. I like where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? We get paid by the hour because the average booth rent, I think nowadays is like 200, 250. So when you're looking at that, exactly, welcome to the difference of our thinking. Let's see, this is going to be good. Okay. You are on the team. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Money Bag. I remember Money Boy. Yeah, I still be watching him. And we follow each other on Facebook. So I see all the stuff that he posts and all that good stuff. But I just think like when it comes to the barber game, I know it'll look crazy for a person to be like, well, I'm going down on my prices. But honey, if you want to keep some business going on, looking at that times are not gonna be any better. Some of these barbers and hairstylists most definitely need to go down on their prices, or they need to have it like where at least once a week or something like that, they have some specials going on. Because if y'all want to keep the business going, and because I have seen a whole lot of hairstylists that are working a regular job now, like just doing hair ain't getting it. And at the end of the day, it's a lot of women wearing wigs. It's some guys out there that used to get haircuts all the time, and now they got locks or something, so they don't come as often. But it's still people out there that like a fresh, low ball fade. It's still people out there. But looking at that type of haircut, a ball fade, a person that got a clean ball fade, they're gonna have to get a haircut twice a month at least. It's some guys they don't like no hair on there, so they're going like once a week. No one is gonna be paying you no 50, 60, $70, $100 every week. So you got people that's like, dang, I'm gonna have to go on and grow me some locks or something. People are not gonna be out here. One thing about it, when your money gets tighter, you're gonna really, really, really make good decisions on where your money's going. Because at the end of the day, we work too hard to just be throwing our money away. We work way too hard, and I know I don't like to just be up in the celebrity gossip thing, but like if something big happened, I may talk about a celebrity thing. But for the most part, I'm just going to be coming talking about stuff to go on in our community, stuff to go on in this whole, this whole financial part of the world that sometimes connected with Republican views and different types of, those type of conversations, because most definitely it needs to be talked about. I think the only way to really, really, really kind of come up with solutions is, hey, the conversations have to be had. I cut my own. Oh, it's good you cut your own hair about season because it's 2020. I cut my dreads because the pandemic, the prices. Oh, that's when the prices really went up. And like my sister was just saying, during the pandemic, that's what messed up the economy. Because you got women out here that was paying $1,500 and $1,200 for wigs and stuff like that. Now people out here like, okay, pandemic they were paying this, yeah, I'm gonna keep charging this. This is not gonna keep going on because we don't have the money to spend. It was just money was just flowing like wind during the pandemic. Those times are long gone. Those times are long gone. And I'm like, man, the pandemic is far behind us. We gotta play some catch up. We gotta play some catch up because our economy will never get back to where it was then. And sadly, that's just, we gotta look at reality. But most definitely, Barbie, you got my email. You get any ideas, please email me. I'll most definitely answer you back. Yeah, about change. Let me see if I can type it in here. About change. But yeah, I was just thinking like it's a whole lot of things that have changed. It's a whole lot of things that have changed, and people just gotta adapt to the change. Not saying that things are gonna get better really quickly, but all we can do is just keep praying and keep on pushing. Just keep on pushing, keep on pushing. But most definitely, I wish the best for every barber and stylist out here. I just hate to see it's a lot of people that's not out there just making that type of money where they can even continue to support their families with the business. At the place I work at, I work at a great place. We get paid by the hour and we get tips and stuff if a client would like to leave a gratuity tip. And I work next door, like I said, to some barbers, and they be watching us. They be looking through the window trying to see how many clients we have and all this and that. And it's been a couple of clients that went down there probably just to see how they cut hair, but they come right back to us. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at the end of the day, we're doing good haircuts for $20 less than what you charging, but still looking at, you got to look at the fact that, hey, they have to pay booth rent. We don't. We get paid by the hour. So looking at that, hey, some people probably do need to lower their price because you having probably knocking out $15. You charging 40. Hey, have a day out of the week where it's just a $25 haircut or something like that. But I just hate to see a lot of people who are, they have their own business and they're entrepreneurs and stuff like that. I just hate to see it when people go out of business. It's a sad situation. But hey, it does happen. But most definitely try to see everything that you can do before you just throw the towel in. Before you just throw the towel in and like, hey, forget it, I gotta close down. You know what I'm saying? Just see what you can do to keep the business going. But yes, let's see, traveling barbers are the worst. They odd on top of high price. He said traveling barbers are the worst. Yeah, I heard about a lot of traveling barbers. And they charging you just to travel depending on where you at or how far you are from them. That's gonna be $15 to $20 more. And then if it's a barber that's charging $50, That's $70 dollars. And then if you were like, hey, I want a tip, you're gonna end up paying them $100 just because they came to your house. No. That is just way too much. But most definitely I dropped my email. Let's see. I know your email. For sure, for sure. And thank everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Barbie. Shout out to Do the Game Ain't Fair. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. Something to say. All of y'all. I'm most definitely gonna be back. And like I said, my days of going live will be on Mondays and Tuesdays. Because looking at the algorithm, whatever they call it, they say all of my people usually watch on Monday, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. So yeah, Monday and Tuesday, most definitely coming with a live, at least, close to an hour, whatever. And then I'll try to start getting off into doing shorts. So I'll probably be posting my shorts on Saturday. So you guys make sure you stay tuned. And I most definitely will be back. And thank you for tuning in to Katie Talk 101. Peace.